Welcome to Ion Franchising, where you will learn the A to Z's of franchising.
They come to Medi Weight Loss and it works. Hence our tagline, Lance, the one that works.
The one that works. I love it. Well, let's talk numbers. First of all, what does it cost? What is the investment to get a typical Medi Weight Loss going? You mentioned 1,500 square feet or so. I know it's going to depend on construction and build out and whether you find a vanilla shell or an existing sort of office you take over, but let's talk about the location and the overall investment.
Sure. Well, first of all, when you look at location, Medi Weight Loss does it a lot differently than most franchisors, which I think our franchisees really like. We give large protected territories. We look at population and density, and average household income, and we go beyond that and look at what we call our average core patient target households. And so we'll build a territory. Our average territory is about a 4 or 5 mile radius, but it could be 3.5 miles, 6.5 miles, 5 miles. So they're large protected territories that no other clinic will go into. And then secondly, as far as the locations, we've got a national real estate firm that once they have the signed and funded location, they're helping them looking for that, taking them through the entire process to a signed and negotiated LOI to a signed and negotiated lease. And then as far as the locations, our average renovation is probably about a $50,000 renovation. We can work with whether the location's a rectangle or a square or a circle, wherever the HVAC is, the plumbing is. So on average, you're looking at about a $50,000 renovation. As far as the numbers, and as per FDD, our average total investment, I believe it's 268 to 415. But on average, for that non-physician, you're going to come in, and we're very conservative here. So as I say all day long, you'll spend about $350,000, or we'll want you to have that available to make the business successful. I think that's the one thing that we've done very well here, and certainly credit Ed to this is that we're funded very well, and at the end of the day, we spend a dime to make a dollar. We don't spend a penny to make 50 cents. We're either going to do it or not do it. Do it well or don't do it. Any business is only as good as it's capitalized. So I think that's very important. But here it's $152,000 at the time of signing and funding the franchise agreement. It's a $75,000 franchise fee and a $77,000 initial package fee. That initial package, Lance, is really everything they need to open up the clinic other than the furniture, telephone, computer. So that's all the medical equipment, capital equipment, ancillary supplies, products, supplements. We create, develop, launch, and pay for their initial marketing, $12,000 alone. It includes a week-long system standards training here. Then our opening team goes out to their location for their grand opening week to do additional training and be there to get them off to a good start. And then they'll have a dedicated franchise field consultant from Medi Weight Loss as well assigned to their clinic. So $152,000 at the time they sign and fund the franchise agreement, of which $77,000 is coming back to them in kind. And then they'll need another couple $100,000 in working capital, conservatively. And that couple $100,000 of working capital includes, the $50,000 on average of renovation or build out. So you're looking at about a $350,000 investment all in on a conservative basis.
Yeah. So are some of your folks getting SBA loans?
They do. Most of our clientele, we do have a little bit higher qualification, to be honest with you, when we're looking at our qualifications for semi-absentee owners, they have to have 450,000 of liquid assets. For an owner operator, we significantly reduce that. It's only 150,000 of liquid assets. Not that they need to use that. They can fund it once they qualify with us. They can fund it however they like. We have some that do SBA loans. We have some that just pay out of their own assets. We'll have some that do traditional financing or loans, et cetera.
Got it. Perfect. So let's talk about the bread and butter, if you will. For those of you playing along at home, let's see. An FDD, the franchise disclosure document, has 23 items. Item number 19 is the earnings claim, and the earnings claim is what a lot of my candidates as a franchise broker go right to understand. Well, what are the average sales or whatever it is that the brand might disclose? So, Andrew, what's in your item 19?
Sure. And Lance, obviously, for most that aren't familiar with FDDs, the franchise disclosure document, as you explained, every franchisor has them, and they're about 2 or 3 inches thick. So I guess that's why we have attorneys in the world. But the item 19 is very important. Obviously, item 19 is where any franchisor can make their financial representations, because we can't come right out and say, here's your net or your performers, your margins. But as we walk you through the item 19, we can back right into that, into that bread and butter, as you like to say. And our item 19 is very robust, very proud of it. First of all, we have a lot of locations reporting. In our FTD, we have, I believe, over 50 locations reporting financials, which is a huge data sample point, for that franchisee, where most just show their top locations or two. So we're very transparent, showing top to bottom, bottom to top. I'll walk them through that thoroughly and completely. But just to get right to the chase, our average location does over $919,000 a year. Our item 19, as I said, is very robust, so they can see all operating costs in there, et cetera, and really back into the net number. So we'll list that minus our fees. Our fees are based upon a flat fee, monthly rotating fee, and it's right there in a chart. So it's very simple. You take the 919, you minus out the franchise fee, and you can get to that net very simply. So our average location in the system does over $919,000 of revenue, putting over $150,000 of net profit to the bottom line from one location. Our top third locations do over $1.5 million of revenue, and they'll do over $350,000 of net profit right to the bottom line. So as you can appreciate in franchising, when the average franchise in America, I believe, does about $80,000 of net profit, which is great. Our average single location is doing more than double that. Our average top third location is doing 4 times that.
Thank you very much for listening today. Please like, follow, and subscribe. This is Lance Gralick. Until next time.